By practicing mudita, we can rejoice at others' happiness. This emotion is a great way to free ourselves from the negative feelings that color our lives and those of others. You can practice this by first wishing yourself happiness, then directing these same positive thoughts towards other beings. When you don't act ethically on a micro or macro scale, your life is out of balance. You might think that only a few people in the world matter, but to the universe at large, we are all connected. Compassion is the ability to understand that everybody is going through the same thing as you. It's an understanding that there are only two states, suffering and not suffering. It's possible to act in ways that don't cause others to suffer. Compassion is a natural part of life. It's a sense of connection and feeling that you belong to the whole world, not only yourself. You feel compassion for someone who suffers because you understand how pain feels in your own body. Compassion relieves suffering, both yours and others, by allowing it to become part of your experience. As you deepen in your practice of meditation, you might start thinking back to every way in which you've hurt yourself or other people, and that will make you feel terrible. You may direct anger at yourself for what you did. It's important to acknowledge this pain, but the moment comes when it's time to let go. What does it mean to forgive? It means to be willing to let go of your hurt for good. And learning how is a process. But forgiveness isn't just an emotion, it also requires action on your part. Making sure you don't get right back into the same situation as before. The only happiness you need in life comes from the inside. And yet many of us still trust the outside world to bring us that joy. But when we get attached to these things, they leave and all that's left is fear or stress. Happiness is hard to come by, especially if you're a realist. When you subscribe to a culture that defines happiness as being completely free of suffering or pain, it's easy to be disappointed with your life. If you're anything like most people, you may look to others for a sense of inner love. But this only works when we can focus on ourselves and our own capacity for love. To do so, practice metta. Shame and the desire to hide our pain from society is an obstacle to finding happiness. We must be willing to face ourselves, fully aware of and connected with everything that matters, including suffering. Meditation helps us do just that. Meditation helps us relate to life fully and become aware of the pain and suffering in it. This teaches us how to let go of the destructive forces within our hearts and develop a sense of connection with others. Attachment is what causes suffering, because it's always seeking and guarding, as if we were holding on to a fast-moving train. It changes constantly, so we're constantly in the wrong place, or on the wrong train. The way to happiness is through meditation. It's not about releasing attachment, it's simply being in the present, and that will allow you to be content with what you already have. It is said that keeping a wise companion or friends can bring immense happiness.